guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my go-to makeup look right here, what you see on my face. This is what I get a lot of questions on and what I use. So if you want to know, just keep on watching. Brows, I go in with a lighter color first, and then I outline the top, and I make my tail, and then I kind of take the leftover and I fill it in just a little bit, and I have to dip into this several times because dry formula and thick at the same time. Underline the bottom. Then you're gonna flick your brush up, make little hair strokes. Okay, then we're going to go in with this darker Salon Perfect brow pomade in a darker shade. And we're just going to take the tail in. Just a little on the top. Fill in the tail. And a little bit on the bottom. You don't want to do too much to the front, just because you're going to make it look boxed in and really square. But I mean, if you like that thing, then do it, but I don't. Then I'm gonna take the spoolie and just brush it out a little bit. The purpose of priming your eyes is to make sure that your eyelids are all the same color. Like, some people have discoloration of their eyelids, or they have real veiny eyelids, and this will conceal all of that. Then what I like to do is I like to set the primer with an eyeshadow that's the same color as my lid. The palette I'm going to be using right now is the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a permanent item in her collection, so you can pick this up. You don't have to worry about it being limited edition. It's got some warmish, reddish tones in here, but I'm just going to take this shade right here in the Tempera color. I don't even know how you say that. Next, I'm going to go in with this golden ochre right here. And this is just a little bit darker than my skin color. And we're going to take it and we're going to put it in our crease. And you just blend. You start from the outer to the inner. You just go back and forth in with that color until it gets to the darkness that you like. And I'm just wiping off the brush to get rid of that color. Then we're going to go in with the raw sienna color. I'm going to do the same thing. You're just building up the color. And all this does is it adds dimension to the eye, and it adds like dimension to the different colors that you're using, rather than just having like two basic colors. You don't have to do this step, but it looks nicer in the end. Then we're gonna go in with this burnt orange color right here, and we're gonna do the same thing, except we're gonna concentrate the color a little bit more on the outer. We're gonna compact the color with the brush at first, And then we're gonna blend it out just to the middle of the eye right here. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of that color. I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna pack it, then swipe it. And anytime you feel like right here, this is too harsh, you can go in with another blending brush that has nothing on it, like this one right here. And we're just gonna blend out the top. And then we're gonna go in with this Cypress Umber, which is this dark shade right here. And we're still using that same fluffy brush. And another tip is go in with a little bit at a time. You can always add, you can't take away unless you want to wipe your eye completely off. But we're gonna take it and we're just gonna pack this right in here and we're gonna swipe. Okay, and then on this flat brush right here, we're gonna go in with this champagne color. And we're gonna take it on this flat brush and we're gonna pack the color on to the brush. Then we're gonna start from the inner corner and we're gonna go to center of the lid, and we're not gonna swipe too much. We're gonna pack on first like this. You might have to go in a couple times, and that's okay. Swipe it, but not so much where you're like taking away the color completely. You just need to work it a little bit at a time. And we're taking that up to the crease. And we're stopping like midway. Okay, and then we're gonna go in with this antique bronze. And again, we're gonna pack it on the little brush. And we're gonna take this from the mid to outer. And we're just gonna pack it and swipe a little at the same time. I'm gonna prime my face. This is the Gillette aftershave lotion for sensitive skin. This is very similar to the Nivea post shave balm, except that is $6 and this is $2, and they work just the same. The only thing with using aftershave balms like this is they aren't good for like everyday use. You just take a little bit on your hands and you're gonna rub it all over your face. It does smell like a man, but that goes away. This isn't for everybody, the aftershave. I do find it's good for a number of different skin types. Mine's more on the oily side, especially in my T-zone area right here. But I have used it on dry skin before and it works really nice. Okay, next we're gonna go in with this One Heck of a Blot Instant Perfecting Power Primer with Shine Block 12-hour matte spheres and pore shrink technology. I've only had this for about a week, so I'm not really sure how it works with foundation, but we're gonna do that. I wouldn't recommend putting this all over the face unless you do have like a really oily face all over. And what patting does, it pats the product into the pore to fill it in, to smooth it out. Where if you're just swiping it all over your face, it's really not going to do anything but create like a film over it. Okay, so we're going to just take a little bit of the Infallible Total Cover on the back of our hand. Take it on our finger, so that way since it's so thick, it's going to like melt a little bit, if that makes sense. And we're going to put it on our face. I don't know if you can see this, like initially when you swipe it on your face, it doesn't fill in your pores at all. You can see them right there. take our dampened beauty blender. I'm just gonna blend it.
Are you writing anything interesting? No. Is it just her talking to dudes?
Yeah. I'm gonna do my concealer next. This is my Ulta Full Coverage Concealer, and it's empty. I'm out of it. I do have another one that I repurchased, but I'm not gonna use it today. But I do like this brush, so that's why I haven't thrown this one away yet. I like this brush, but I'm gonna use my Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer in the color Buttercream. And I do not like this brush. So I put it to the side and I use the one from my Ulta concealer. And I just dip it in, and then you can use this good concealer with a better brush. So what I do is I take this mini sponge. This is not a mini beauty blender. This is a Whispers sponge. It's just like the beauty blender, the mini beauty blender. And what I do is I go in with it just under the eyes, and I'm gonna blend.
My cutoff is overheating. Okay.
So the next thing I like to do is I like to go in with this Sonia Kashuk Rich Creme, the Sonia Kashuk Rich Bronzer in the number 42, and this is a creme bronzer. And I like to go in with this Real Technique sculpting brush, and I'm just going to pat a little bit. I'm going to tap a little bit of that excess on my hand just to make sure I don't have a lot on that brush. And I'm going to sculpt my cheeks. Before I do this, this is a little bit of a warmer bronzer color. It's a little orangey, but that's okay if you use a little bit of it and not a whole bunch. Chin and our jawline because we want to look skinny. I actually really like this stuff, and I got it on sale for $5. It was regular 10. This was like real big when YouTube first started, but I wasn't on YouTube back then. I was just watching it. I always wanted it and I never got it. But when it was on sale, I said, hell yes. Okay, what I like to do next is I love these Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. And this is in the color Moonlight. If you want, I can make a video on how to make your own like this, since this is $42 a bottle, and that is pretty expensive, but I can do a DIY on how to make your own. If you would like to see that, thumbs up this video. But this comes in a little dropper right here, and we're just going to take a little bit on the back of our hand. This dries quick, so you have to move fast. I take a little bit on my middle and my ring finger like this. I tap it, and I have some on my fingers like this. You can take it on the parts of your face that you want to highlight. And you just dab. And since we don't want it to look too harsh or like have too many lines, we want this to look as natural as possible. So we're going to take it and we're going to blend it in with the Beauty Blender. You probably can't see it on camera, but in person, I promise you it's there. We're going to take the leftover that's on the back of our hand on the Beauty Blender. We're going to add a little bit more. You can add more to make it super intense, but that's not what we're here for today. We're not here to do that. We're not here to do the most. But yes, we are. Okay, so after that, I take this L'Oreal Hydra Perfecting Loose Powder in the color Translucent. This has an old woman scent. You can only get this at Walmart. You can't get this anywhere else. It's like Walmart exclusive or something. And then you take this on your little sponge and you bake. Baking is not for everyone. Baking is for people who have super oily skin. I only do this, where'd my mirror go? I only do this under the eye, like directly, watch, here. Get some more, and I go directly under the eye. This works for super oily skin, so that way during the day it stops the oils from coming out because of all this extra powder. But it also helps set, like under my eyes, there's some little creases right here. That extra powder is going to stop that from creasing up. Baking is not good for mature skin because it will accentuate your fine lines and wrinkles. You can do like a light bake if you want, which I like to call setting, which is where you just basically put it on, swipe it off, and then that's it. I also like to bake where I have like smile lines, like right here. And again, you do the blowfish. And then I have lines right here. I put the liquid highlight on my face. I'm not gonna put any powder on top of that until it's time to actually highlight my face, because if you put that powder over that stuff that you just did, it's not gonna make any sense at all. What I like to do next is take this big fluffy brush by Real Techniques. It's actually a blush brush, but I'm gonna take the rest of the powder that I have in the cap, and I'm just gonna swipe it over all the other parts of my face. Right now, this has been my absolute favorite bronzer. I got this in my Sephora play box a couple months back, and this is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer in the shade Medium Deep. It smells like chocolate and it looks like this. And I take this on the Morphe M530 brush. Okay, so I did my lashes and my top mascara off camera, and what I like to do next is I like to take this little pointer brush, and I'm going to go in with this raw sienna color that we used earlier in the Modern Renaissance palette, and we're just going to take a little bit on that brush, and we're going to go a little bit under that lash line. Our mascara, we're going to do the bottom lashes. I don't like to do this a lot, just a little bit. And then what I like to do next is pretty much the last step, and it's my favorite step. I'm going to take this Morphe M438 brush, and I'm going to use this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Gold Bar. This is limited edition in Holly Gold, like Holly Gold. And we're going to highlight our face. We're going to do where we put the liquid highlighter. Can you see that? Do a little bit on our temples. Just just a little bit on our nose, our Cupid bow. And because I like to be extra, I like to go in with this Ofra Beverly Hills highlighter, and I'm just gonna take the little champagne color at the bottom and a little bit of that white and mix it, and then we're gonna go in with it some more. Okay, and what I like to do is I go in with the little shader, flat shader brush, and we're just gonna go in with the white shade. I'm gonna take it on our brow bone. I like these doing little extra steps last because I feel like it brings the whole look together. And then we're going to take that and we're going to put it in the corner of our eyes. Okay, so that concludes this makeup look. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you again next time. Bye!